Shout out to D Green with this, man. Hey.
Paul George is already in Cancun. Now, Paul George is actually one of my favorite NBA players in the league, so I'm not gonna completely violate you this video, bro, but I have to be completely honest. Actually, it even hurts me to make this video. I even hoop in his shoes and everything. Paul George is not just some casual basketball player with no talent. And well, while you definitely hit some clutch shots in the playoffs.
Turning on the shot clock. George goes in the corner, falling away. Oh, it's good.
You niggas could still not beat Doncic and Kyrie?
Paul George from downtown.
And I am not putting all the blame on Paul George, but in Game 6, elimination game, Paul George, you had 18 fucking points. 42 minutes. That's literally a full Netflix special, bro. You only had 18 fucking points, but you took 18 fucking shots. This weak ass double-double, you had 18 and 11? You were literally supposed to have these stats in the first half, bro. In Game 5, the game before that, you only had 15 fucking points, Paul George. 4 for 13. And yet again, another weak ass double-double, 15 and 11. Paul George, I'm really not trying to violate you, bro. You're one of my favorite players, man. And like I said, I'm not even a fan of either of these teams, but this is what you get for not teaming up with LeBron, bro. You wanted to be so different. You wanted to go to LA, right? But you wanted to go to the fucking Clippers, my nigga. This is what you get. Literally should have been you, LeBron, and AD, and you wouldn't be in Cancun right now, bro. I am not trying to violate you, Paul George. But time is low-key running out on Paul George's career. This nigga Paul George is pushing 40. Y'all gotta remember, PG has been in the league for a long-ass time. Y'all remember them playoff series against the Heat with him on the Pacers?
Here comes George, got the step and stuffs. What a move.
Like, Paul George has been in the league for a minute, but we'll get back to Paul George on the Pacers later in this video. So make sure you stay tuned for the whole video. Now, your best game by far, Paul George, was Game 4. You had 33 points, 6 rebounds, 8 assists. Very efficient. Shooting well over 50%. This is literally what you should have been averaging the whole entire series, Paul George. In Game 3, Paul George? Game 3, you had 7 fucking points. You're a grown-ass man, Paul George. You just went completely missing, bro. Perfect outfit. Where the fuck is Paul George? My nigga, I would have had 7 points before the first TV commercial, bro. 7 points in a playoff game? But I don't feel bad for you, Paul George. Take Carmelo Anthony, for example. Carmelo Anthony did not have to stay on the Knicks for that entire time, bro. This nigga wanted to continue scoring points instead of winning championships. And look at Melo now, 0 rings. Same with you, Paul George. You could have played with LeBron, but you try to make your own legacy, and look what happens, bro. You're gonna retire with 0 rings. And I'm a fan of Paul George, but nah, bro. I'm not holding my tongue back for anybody. You should have been playing with LeBron, my nigga. had the Lakers out there with fucking Spencer Dinwiddie, the Christian Wood dude. Like, who the fuck was even on this Lakers roster, bro? This is bullshit. These niggas be scared to play with LeBron. Like, they be scared to play under the bright lights. Of course, it's no pressure playing for the Clippers. The Clippers literally have no aura, bro. Nobody takes the Clippers serious. You niggas literally hang banners for making the playoffs. And you knew there was no pressure playing for the Clippers because they've been losing their entire lives, bro. Like, Paul George, yes, you are a Hall of Famer, but you will never go down as a true legend, bro. I don't care. Shit's pissing me off now, bro. This nigga LeBron could have at least been in the finals if we had Paul George.
Do you view yourself as being here long term with Kawhi, with James, with the rest of the guys?
Yeah, if it works that way, absolutely.
Now, y'all see Paul George says, of course, he would like to stay with the Clippers. And of course he's gonna say this, bro. This is what he's supposed to say. But Paul George doesn't want to stay on the Clippers? This nigga Kawhi is literally injured every fucking season. And I know Paul George and James Harden be pissed because Kawhi is the only one with rings. So he's like, fuck y'all, I already got my 2 championships. So if I'm Paul George, I wouldn't even want to play with these niggas anymore, bro. Now, James Harden, I am not holding my tongue back for James Harden. Fuck that, bro. I almost accidentally let James Harden slide. James Harden, you might be the biggest playoff sellout in NBA history, bro. I remember it was some game I put my money down for you to have 15 points, and you had 7 fucking points. Just how Paul George had 7 points. But James Harden, you do this every fucking year, bro. I don't know what your problem is, bro. But if I ever see you, my nigga, I'm shaving your beard. Let me calm down, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Let me calm down. This is not even my team. Breathe. Breathe. Fuck. Like, if you actually sit and watch playoff basketball, you understand why some players don't have rings. In Game 5, James Harden went 2 for 12 with 7 fucking points, bro. And remind you, this is a former NBA MVP, bro. Oh, yeah, and in Game 6, fighting for your season on the line, in 43 minutes, James Harden had 16 points and went 5 for 16. You had 13 assists, but I don't give a fuck about that, buddy. James Harden, another player that jumps from team to team in hopes of getting a championship, buddy. It will never happen. I am not holding my tongue back anymore, bro. You guys are complete sellouts in the playoffs, like. But Paul George, we know you won a ring. And let's face it, that shit is not happening on the Clippers. I've been seeing Paul George is getting attention from the Orlando Magic. I've even seen Paul George is getting interest from the Philadelphia 76ers. Now, the 76ers wouldn't be a bad look, I'm not going to lie, but how many times have they flopped after adding another superstar? But do you know who else is interested in Paul George? The Indiana Pacers, where it all started, where you got drafted. Now, Paul George, you can say you want to be a Clipper as much as you want, bro. You maybe love the LA environment, you know what I'm saying? It's LA. But you do not want to play another year with Kawhi on the bench and James Harden playing like an MVP one game and playing like fucking Killian Hayes the next. Now, the Pacers actually advanced to the second round of the playoffs. And I don't think the Pacers have been in the playoffs since Paul George was back on the Pacers. So this would be the perfect time for you to make your return. Because, I mean, let's face it, the Pacers are going to get bounced out this round. And I admit it, I'm one of the biggest Tyrese Hamburger haters. Tyrese Hamburger is a 94 fucking overall? Fuck out. But I tell you what, I have watched Tyrese Hamburger in the first round of the playoffs against the Bucks. And let me just say, if Giannis and Damian Lillard were 100% healthy, the Pacers would have got swept. Let me just throw that out there. But this Pacers team is actually a good team. And even though I'm a Tyrese Hamburger hater, I gotta admit, man, he's a pretty good point guard. That nigga actually be throwing dimes, bro. Like, he's a good point guard, but the league needs to stop with the dick riding. He's a pretty good point guard. He's not like a fucking 90-some overall like y'all put him in 2K. He's a pretty good point guard. Do not take that and run with it. Now, Siakam is also a good wing player. Match him with Paul George. That's two wings that can get a bucket and also play defense. Miles Turner, a defender that can also stretch the floor. This is the perfect piece for Paul George. Instead of bouncing around from team to team, just go back to where it all started and retire in Indiana. You're welcome. It's a parade inside my city. No, it's not, my nigga. It's definitely not a parade inside your city.